Hey everybody, today we're hanging things up around camp. Let's get busy. Tick, 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 boom. Hey everybody, thanks for being here. Today I want to go over how to hang stuff up around your camp. You know, you move into camp, you get your ridgeline going, you get your hammock set up, you get your tent set up, and sometimes you might need a couple extra places to hang your pack, or to hang your axe sleeve, or to hang your haversack. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to get that stuff up off the ground, and I'm going to show you a few ways to do it. Alright guys, the first way I'm going to show you is a Marlin Spy Catch. Easiest way I know to do it is to take your length of rope and one end tie a bowline knot. Or if you prefer any non-slipping knot, doesn't really matter. I always start with a bowline just because I like it that way. Bowline. Now come on in here and get close to the tree. Put a loop in. Reach up towards the top. Up here. Through the loop. Grab it. And that is going to be your Marlin spike right there. Take your stick. Feed it through. And then all we're going to do is pull that knot tight by yanking on the tag end. And there you've got a hanger. Now the only thing to do is hang your goods from the tree. Keeps it up off the ground. The next one, we're going to need a Y branch. Gotta love Y branches. They're everywhere in nature and they're so useful. So let's go harvest a Y branch. Now before we even start on this, every single one of these is just a little bit different. So you got to experiment. No two branches are the same. No two of these hangers are going to be the same. So we're going to make a few cuts. We're going to make one here. We're going to make one up here. And then we're going to make one right here. We're going to cut in a few simple notches. And then we're going to attach it to the tree. All I'm doing right here is just scoring through the bark to make my initial cuts. You guys wonder why I chamfer the edges of stuff? It just gives it a more finished look. Instead of having that rough edge on it, that straight cut, this just kind of fancies it up a little bit. Because we need fancy hangers in the woods, right? Now we're getting ready to fasten this to the tree. People are going to ask, what kind of knot do you use? You know what? It really doesn't matter as long as it doesn't slip and it holds this up and whatever you're trying to hang on this. Because otherwise, if it falls to the ground, that kind of defeats the purpose. The knot I usually use is, again, my bowline. Slip right on top there like that. And then I will wrap it around and use a clove hitch to finish it off. And that usually works perfectly. You can lash this, you can tie it, you can do whatever you want. The point is that it just stays there. you don't want to attach this directly to the tree just like that, well, there's an alternative method. What you're going to do is tie a clove hitch. You do that by throwing a loop right there, throwing another loop the same way, crossing them over, putting it through the hole, pull that tight. Now you've got a non-slip knot there. We're going to do the same thing on that tree right there, and then this will dangle. Start here just like this, wrap it around one time, you make your X. Right there's your X. When you come around the second time with your tag end, you're going to go underneath of that X. Hold it, pull it tight, dress it up. And then we're going to tie a quick jam knot into here. And now you've got a way of hanging it that ain't going to go nowhere. You want to take it off the tree? It's just that fast. This next method is how to hang things off of a ridge line, or even a ridge pole if you have one. We're going to use a prusik. If you don't know how to tie a prusik, go out there, look at it online. There's a million different ways of tying one. I always start mine easiest way, simple overhand knot. You can do it with a fisherman's knot. You can do it a whole bunch of complicated ways. Just a simple overhand knot to make sure that it doesn't slip. To tie the overhand knot, even up your ends. Get your middle down here. Just tie an overhand knot with both ends at the same time. And you'll have a nice big loop. When I'm tying a prusik, you have two hands and two ends of the rope. The knot end and the looped over end. What I always do is I throw the looped over end just like that. And I'm going to control the knot end, and you'll see why in a few minutes. And I do this even when I do my shelter system. I always make sure that this part stays stationary while I'm making the prusik. So the prusik is just like this. You take the looped end and you wrap it up once, and you're coming back through the hole here that you're making it through loop right here. That's twice. You're going to come through the third time. On the third time, you're going to let go with this hand right here. You're going to let go with this, which is the knot end, and it's going to get pulled up towards your ridge line. And the reason I do this is because if you have a huge knot, even some of the smaller knots won't fit through grommets in your shelter systems. But the loop pretty much always will if you're using a reasonable diameter size cordage. We're just going to dress this up, make it look nice and pretty. That makes your prusik knot right there. And the great thing about a prusik knot is you can move it wherever you want on the ridge line. It's very simple to do. Now, let's make a lark's head to put this through, and that's how you're going to hang stuff. Easiest way I know to make a lark's head is to put my fingers in like that, twist it up like that. Now if you notice, you have two loops right here. All you're going to do is bring the back sides together, and that will give you a sort of a slip knot there that you can put your toggle into, and that creates a nice T-handle that's attached to the ridge line. You can put your bag on, you can put your axe sling on, whatever you need. It's out of the way, off the ground, and you can go about your camping business. One last way of hanging things up. Remember these guys? We used them earlier. Well, we're going to use them again, except we're going to use them like that. We're going to put them together. And you can hang things from ridge lines. You can hang them from ridge poles. You can hang them from pretty much anything. And these things are really useful in camp kitchens. So in order to do this, I'm switching up my cordage. Instead of using 550 cord, I'm using some bank line. Let's get down here and get on it. So in order to make this, you can have both sides of the hooks facing the same way. It doesn't really matter. I prefer to have them facing opposite of each other. And we are going to create a lashing. We're going to lash it basically from right there down to here. And how you make a lashing is you take your string, make it come back on itself like that. There's no crossing over or anything like that. And what we're going to do is just place that right there like that on our piece. And then we're going to take our long end and we're going to start wrapping it around and around and around. And it's very important that when you're doing these wraps that you take the time to make them nice and neat. It just kind of keeps everything, whenever you're dealing with cordage, just makes it so much easier in the long run. It keeps everything nice and tight. It just looks a heck of a lot better. So that's after 2 wraps right there. And just keep everything dressed up, keep it tight. And we are just going to keep on wrapping it around just like this. Now when you get down to the end here, you'll notice I still have the little hole in the loop there. What we're going to do is thread our end through the hole of that loop and pull it out the other side. Fingers, don't fail me now. There we go. Bam, just like that. That loop, if you remember, goes under everything and is attached to this tag end right here. So we are going to pull on this tag end. Might need some pliers. You pull on the tag end, and what that does is it will tighten up the cordage by pulling this down underneath of your wraps. When you get done, trim off that end, trim off that end, and you have a hook. Let's go try it out. The great thing about this, guys, is that it is scalable. If you need it longer, well, just go out and find a bigger branch and do the same thing with another Y-stick. Like I said, these things are phenomenal around a camp kitchen. Hey guys, thanks for hanging around to the end. Man, I'm telling you what, once you start making these things, I'm sure you'll find you're gonna get hooked. But seriously, guys, thanks for sticking around to the end. I appreciate all your support. I just looked this morning, 2,500 subscribers. Gets me right here. Thank you so much for everything. Today, guys, we went over a little bit on how to hang things, keep things up off the ground. By no way is this an extensive, all-inclusive list. There are alternatives to this. There's different ways of doing it. Go out there, practice it, because if you lay things on the ground, A, they're going to get wet. B, they're probably going to get lost. Things get kicked on top of them, so on and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here, guys. As always, I got to cook some food, and I'm a little bit hungry. Hamburgers and cheeseburgers today. It's going to be good. Do me a favor, guys. Check out www.bombproofbushcraft.com. That's www.bombproofbushcraft.com. Lots of cool stuff on there. Go check out me on Instagram. I don't know if that was proper English or not. Go check me out on Instagram. That is bombproof_bushcraft, bombproof_bushcraft. Of course, you can find me right here on YouTube, and Mewe and Parler. Look for me under Bombproof Bushcraft. So guys, I'm heading on out of here. Take care, and until next time, get out of the inside and into the outside. Take care. Winter time's coming, folks. You know what that means? Hunting and trapping season, along with some fishing, is gonna happen. Because nothing says wintertime outdoor fun like killing some stuff to put in your mouth hole to fill up your belly. But how many times does this happen to you? You go on out, you spend a whole day running a trap line and nothing the next day. How about you go out for a whole day of fishing? Just a rewarding cast and reel it back in day, and you get nothing. That is not very rewarding. Enter Bombproof Bushcraft, whose R&D never sleeps. That's right, folks, we're always thinking of ways to help you out in the outdoors. Introducing the Bombproof Bushcraft hunting, trapping, and fishing signs. You don't have to spend a whole lot of time outside to know that animals live in the woods. And because of that, they know what they're looking for better than you do. Let's just face it, folks. They're better at reading sign than you are. Whether it be species specific or in general, these signs will help you get your target animal for sure. The secret is very simple. Make your set the way you always do. Just label it with the sign. This lets the animal know that it's perfectly safe to enter that area, or that there's something that they really want. Bombproof Bushcraft signs appeal to the very nature of every single animal. Food, mating, and free stuff. Bombproof Bushcraft signs are also biodegradable, which means you don't have to worry about them cluttering up your woods. That's right, they'll go away naturally. Take a look at just a few of our most popular signs. But wait, there's more. Act now and we'll send you a free gift. The Bombproof Bushcraft Do-It-Yourself Sign Kit. The animal kingdom is just too large for us to make a sign for every occasion, but we know you can. Don't believe me? Listen to one of our happy customers, Cletus. We've blacked out his face. That way, we can protect his anonymity. You sure the federal government ain't gonna get a hold of me? I mean, I've been killing a lot of animals lately. These signs work fantastic. Let me tell you what I do. I put about 5 or 6 signs leading right up to my traps, and that brings them in every single time. Are you sure the federal government ain't gonna be able to see this? I've been killing a lot of animals lately. I mean, I've literally been killing it. Act right now, and we'll send you Cletus's secret 6-sign system to get you the animals you want. You can't afford not to get this. It's like a 37-cent value. Order yours today while supplies last.